Welcome to the first Demarcation Media Mega Construx Destiny review. The Destiny line is probably a couple years old by now, and when it was first out, I was not collecting Mega Construx, so I missed all of it. But I figured, maybe it's time to revisit it since, in my opinion, it's one of the best lines of Mega Construx products so far. Just in how intricate the figures were. And, the source material, I personally am a pretty big fan of the story of Destiny. So I figured, might as well start reviewing them. And I'd like to eventually review all of them. But for now, we're just going to start with this set right here, which is the Hive Horde attack. This set was graciously sent to me by World Trader for Mega Construx, and I unboxed it in another video. I'll put the link to that in the description below. Definitely go check it out. And so let's just start and look at this box art. And I know I complain so much about CG box art. It makes things look too crisp and too clean. And actually, in my opinion, it kind of makes some of the figures look really understated, especially the Thrall here. But overall, I actually really do like this box art. We've got the little down here, it shows which planet this is taking place on. We've got the art up top. And it looks really good. And I really like how the window here shows the main figure, which is the Warlock. Parts count down here. On top, more Destiny branding. It just has a very collector feel to the whole box. There's the back. You can see the back of the Warlock, and then all the stuff that comes in the set. And then we've also got some other sets down here. That's the Fallen tank, couple Sparrows, Arcadia jump ship, and some of the armories. Very cool. So let's go ahead and get this open. If I can figure out where I'm supposed to open it at. I guess just here. Build your legend. That's a pretty cool catchphrase. I think that was kind of the whole thing for the Destiny line, was build your legend. I think there was even a digital Guardian customizer on the Mega Construx website for a while, which I'm pretty sad I missed that. Okay, how am I supposed to get this open? That didn't help very much. Golly, they don't make this easy. What am I doing wrong? Fine, we're just gonna tear it. Ah, there we go. We got one. Two. Perfect. And that should free the Warlock, I think. Oh, okay. There we go. The Warlock is out. He comes in this little display thing. It's got the Warlock class symbol there. Everything is out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of parts, and then a bag of Hive. And then the instructions, which has the same art as the box. Got some kind of background. I think that's the Cosmodrome area. Shows you how to build it. We got a kind of the player screen when you're customizing your Guardian. I have no idea what any of those stats on the side means, but it looks pretty cool. Again, the box and here make this look a little too crisp, and the color looks off, but it's not too bad. We get to see more sets on the back here. This time we've got another couple sparrows, the Atheon, the Interceptor, all the armories. It's pretty cool. I thought sometimes they would stick, yes, they stick art just in there. And that's pretty cool. Kind of breaks up the monotony of building. Very nice. Let's go ahead and get the parts open. Got a bunch of like translucent green. It doesn't want to open. This bag is like soft and pliable. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because it's the specialty parts. There we go. And then this one's also soft and pliable. And we got some engrams. Take a closer look at those in a moment. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this built. There it is, all built up. We've got a hive cedar pod, a kind of broken bit of landscape, 4 figures, and 2 engrams. So let's go ahead and jump right into the figures. We'll look at the Warlock first, but real quick, here are the 2 engrams, and I do not play Destiny, so I do not know what these colors mean. I think, is one of these a legendary? I don't know, somebody tell me in the comments. We've got a stud hole on the bottom, so you can stick it on there. Very cool. And there's also, you can put a peg in there. And they have a very nice, very accurate texture on there. So it's just, these are really, really nice pieces. You can just scatter them around, you know, scatter them around the battlefield. Very cool. All right, so here's the Warlock. And he comes with a stand with this long pole to show the light-assisted jumps. Although, when you have him fully kitted out, his knee joints are kind of a little too loose to hold him up. That's probably mostly this particular set. And, you know, that can be pretty easily fixed with some super glue, so it's not that big of an issue. It's just a minor nitpick. There's kind of a lot to look at here. So this guy has a Nova Bomb in blue, which is a fantastic piece. It's molded so well. He has kind of a blue and gold color scheme, which I know that there are names for these pieces of gear, but I do not know them, as you will continue hearing throughout this video. My only real nitpick is basically the joints on this one are kind of loose, but that's, again, could be an issue with this particular set. And then with Warlocks in general, the mark pieces tend to break because they're so small. Like if you remove them at all, you might have them break. But other than that, this is a fantastic figure, and that rocket launcher is very nice. It's mostly just black, but it's got that little bit of, was that the Vanguard print? And then it would not be a Hive Horde attack without the Hive Horde, and we get 3 of the Thrall in this set. And the box art did not show how these guys are kind of washed over with this dark, I don't know what they did for the wash, but it's got this really kind of gross look to it. We get 2 normal Thrall and then 1 cursed Thrall. The only difference is the head print. So let me remove one of them and then we'll zoom in so you can see the detail better. All of the figures in this set come with stands, and these guys in particular kind of need it because their feet are so small, it's kind of hard to pose them standing up. And their articulation is a little bit different than usual. They just have elbow joints and kind of hip joints and then head joints. And you can see now the wash better kind of gets into all the cracks and crevices and makes these look so much more gross. Head moves around. They've got the open kind of screaming mouth. Cursed one is, like I said, pretty much the same, except he's got a blue head. And they really have no eyes, and that makes them really creepy. So these are pretty much your ideal army builders, because the Thrall are kind of the things that you fight all the time when you come across the Hive. And it's kind of unfortunate that Mega never really made any other figures to represent that faction. Moving on to the builds, we have this piece of, I think it's supposed to be maybe a piece of the Cosmodrome, but it can really be anywhere, and it looks so good. Like, we rarely get structure and landscape pieces in sets, so getting one is a real treat, even one as small as this. And it's just enough to spark the imagination. You can picture all the rest of the landscape, what that might look like. And there's space to set a figure on there, or you can kind of use it as cover. And it's really shaped well, like for so few pieces. It really looks like a ruin. We've got these rebar sticking out. It's kind of tipping over. I just really like this. I feel like it's a really good touch to the set. And it's really simple, and it just looks good. The main build of the set, though, is this Hive Cedar Pod, which I guess is essentially the Hive version of an ODST drop pod. And it's really sinister looking. It's got all the see-through green on it. It's kind of angular. I've looked at some images of this from the game, and as far as I can tell, it's pretty accurate looking. I don't know if the size is accurate or not, but it looks pretty good. It's got a rounded end, so you can kind of have it landed like so. Long kind of antenna. I'm not sure what the point of that is other than to look creepy. And then it's got this feature that if you twist it, the door pops open. And that's really simple, but it works pretty well. And then you can have it sitting with the door open. And there's space inside for one of the Thrall. You can only really fit one. Well, actually, wait, let's see. Can we fit two in this pod? Not really. It's really just made for one. You can close the door, have it come down, and then pop it open, and he comes falling out. So that's pretty cool. It's a pretty intricate build for being so small, and it's fun. And this is definitely the kind of thing that you could army build as well. So I can't really find anything to complain about with this. It looks good. It works well. I don't think you could ask for much more other than maybe a little more space. And I don't know, maybe some stabilizers? Well, that is the Hive Horde attack. And I think this is pretty much the perfect Destiny starter set because you get, you get your Guardian, you get a bunch of enemies, you get a little bit of landscape, you get an enemy vehicle, and you get the engrams. So it's a really well-rounded set. And as I said at the beginning of the video, the Destiny line has been over for a while. But this is one of the sets that has still remained pretty readily available. If you go on eBay or Amazon even, I think, you can find this set for anywhere from $12 to $15, and that's great. So if you can find it, I would say go ahead and get it. Maybe even if you want more Thrall, go ahead and get a couple, because this is definitely a very massable set. And like I said, it's a great starter set. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.